This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Agun Erev Shabbos, wishing everyone an easy fast. There's a well-known comment of the Avudraham quoted in the Beis Yosef that if Asar B'Teves would come out on Shabbos, then we would fast even on Shabbos. And he says, because it says Be'etzem Hayom Hazeh, and it says by Yom HaKippurim Be'etzem Hayom Hazeh. So just like Yom Kippur, we fast even if Yom Kippur comes out on Shabbos, so to Asar B'Teves. And again, the questions that are raised, the Minchas Chinuch asks the question, where does the Avudraham get this from? How can he make a Gzeira Shava from Be'etzem Hayom Hazeh that it says in the Chumash to Be'etzem Hayom Hazeh that it says by Yecheskel and the Navi? What is the basis for this comment of the Avudraham? So we've said over in the past from Rav Shlomo Warman, but this is actually found in the Chidushei Hagrach of Reb Chaim Brisker. He says really an incredible lamdos. He says, why is it that we don't fast regular Tanesim on Shabbos? Is it that you can't fast on Shabbos? Absolutely not. There's no halacha you can't fast on Shabbos. A Tainus Chaloim, you're allowed to fast on Shabbos. On Shabbos there's no mitzvah of Simcha, it's a mitzvah of Oineg. So if it gives you Oineg to fast, you're allowed to fast on Shabbos. It's just that a Tainus Chaloim, you have to fast on that day. Other Tanesim, you could push it off. And so all the Tanesim, says Reb Chaim, and the Minchas Chinuch says the same Yisoid, it is not legislated what day of the month to fast on. It's just Tzayim Haravi, Tzayim HaChamishi, Tzayim HaShvi, Tzayim HaSiri, Yeh L'Beis Yehuda L'Sasan L'Simcha L'Mayadim Tovim. The Navi Zechariah only ordained the month of the year that we have to fast. The day, it was discretionary, it was up to each individual when to fast. Later on, the Rabbanan legislated a specific day, but Midivrei Nevi'im, we are allowed to fast any day of the month. It doesn't have to be any specific day. And therefore, when a fast day comes out on Shabbos, you could push it off because we don't have to fast that day. We can fast any day of the month. However, when it comes to Asar B'Teves, where not only is the month legislated, Soim Ho'asiri, by the Navi Zechariah, but the Navi Yecheskel says Be'etzem Hayom Hazeh. So the fast of Asar B'Teves was not only ordained that month, but it was ordained that day. So then we have to fast on Shabbos. We have no alternative. All the Avudraham means is just like Yom Kippur, we fast on Shabbos because it has to be that day. So too, Asar B'Teves, we would fast if it were to fall out on Shabbos because it says Be'etzem Hayom Hazeh. So this is something we've said over in the past, but let's take it to the next level. Why is Asar B'Teves the one tainus which it was ordained not only the month of the year but the day of the month? Other tanesim, the day of the month, was not ordained. So this question is raised in the wonderful Sefer Rapduni Batapuchim of Reb Shlomo Arielli, the brother of Reb Asher, and I thank my good friend Reb Velvel Finkelstein for giving me this really beautiful Sefer. And Reb Shlomo Arielli says as follows. He says, to make it that the Asara B'Teves, that the fast of Teves could be observed any day of the month, is somewhat problematic. And the reason is, because in the month of Teves, we have a Yom Tov called Chanukah. And the Yom Tov of Chanukah is a celebration of the rededication of the Beis HaMikdash. So it would be antithetical to Chanukah, which is celebrated in the month of Teves, to say, well, you could observe the tainus of Teves any day of the month, because that might conflict with Chanukah, which is a celebration which is antithetical to Asar B'Teves, and therefore they said, no, do it, you can do it in Teves, but it has to be the 10th. Let it not get anywhere near Chanukah. In other words, we don't give you the opportunity to fast any day of the month because there are days that are not available. However, Shavasa B'Tammuz and Tisha B'Av, we allowed originally any day of the month to be commemorated as a tainus, since all of the days are available. So you'll ask, but on Soim Gedalia, not all the days are available, because we have Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, we have Sukkot, and therefore they should have done like what they did on Asar B'Teves, ordained the specific day. So to that, Rav Shlomo Arielli says, well, the Yamim Tovim of Tishrei are not antithetical to Tzom Gedalia because they are not celebrating the binyan of the Beis HaMikdash. I would personally question that because Sukkot is certainly a celebration of the building of the Mishkan when the Shechina rested on the Mishkan. However, that is the first approach of Shlomo Arielli. But then he says another beautiful lamdos. He says, if you look in Rabbi Yerucham, quoted by the Beis Yosef, Rabbi Yerucham says Gedalia was not killed on the third day of Tishrei. He was killed on Rosh Hashanah, but they couldn't make a fast day on Rosh Hashanah, so they postponed it. So says Rav Shlomo Arielli, really, perhaps the Chachamim should have done what they did on Asara B'Teves and ordained a specific day for Tzom Gedalia. But what day would they have picked if they did that? They would have had to pick Rosh Hashanah, the day that it happened, and they couldn't do that because we cannot observe Rosh Hashanah as a fast day. So if anyway we're not observing a specific, the day that it happened, so then they allowed it to be observed fundamentally any day of the month. But that is why the fast of Teves was legislated differently than the other Tanaisim, namely that it has to be done on a specific day because they didn't want it to, so to speak, interfere or conflict with Hanukkah, whose celebration is the very antithesis of what Asar B'Teves is. Wishing everyone an easy Tainus and a good Erev Shabbos.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.